A confession, and then a possible kiss next week. Would You Marry Me might be full of cliches, but it's undeniably entertaining, as MeRi and WooJu's story unravels. Jealousy had Wuju flexing his height in the last episode, as he thankfully dragged his annoying namesake back to his hospital room. What's more, the sly Wuju had most of the viewers' blood boiling in the last episode. MeRi made him a little god, and loved him unconditionally and completely. Instead of reciprocating, the scoundrel decided to take her love for granted. Who remembers how he beat himself up, just to step on her wrist in the next instant? Watching his mother and sister, it's no wonder he's the way he is, as they are cut from the same cloth. What's more, MeRi's actions might have frustrated some viewers, as she spent the night in the hospital taking care of her annoying ex, who left her high and dry. But then, she had been flustered on seeing him at her home. With Songyun living next door, there's little she can do, as she didn't want the attention. However, she was wise and fast enough to turn off the light, so Wuju wouldn't see her fake wedding picture with Wuju. The sly Wuju knows her too well, so he milked the opportunity for what it's worth. Given their history, and the fact that he got injured in front of her, she accommodated him. Thankfully, this turned out for the best, making Wuju confess his feelings for her. He even says he doesn't like seeing her with another man. In the preview for the next episode, he can be seen shy after his confession, as a dumbfounded MeRi doesn't know how to react to his confession. Obviously, she started to feel something for him, hence why she thought about retaking their wedding picture. But then, she sees him as someone beyond her reach, someone out of her league. This is why Wuju's confession took her by surprise. Wuju, on the other hand, is gradually becoming embedded in his role as her husband. Left to him, he'd already be living in the house with her, as her husband. He was excited and smitten when she hugged him in her office. Meanwhile, Hangul's rot stinks and is deeper than we'd first assumed. First, Mi-yeon had pleaded with him to marry her. Once part of the family, he kills off Wuju's parents, to rise in the company. When Mr. Kim discovered his embezzlement, he killed him off to hide his tracks. You'd think he's doing all this for his son, Young-soo, but that's far from the case. This double-faced criminal has another family in the States. What's more, his second wife is in the sham with him. This is bound to break Mi-yeon, who seems to love him more than anything. Meanwhile, both the chairwoman's and Wuju's lives might be in danger. Mr. Kim's wife opened a can of worms, which is bound to expose Hangul sooner or later. He had lied to the chairwoman, framing Mr. Kim for the embezzlement, while manipulating her into not looking into it. But with these new documents, she's bound to start suspecting something is wrong. Did you see Hangul's face when she reminded him that he's just a position holder for Wuju? What's more, Wuju had mistakenly seen the J Company document. This might cause Hangul to start scheming to eliminate him. I wonder if the chairwoman would survive learning that he was behind her son's death. Have I mentioned that he could also be behind MeRi's father's death? MeRi's father died in an accident, while going back to the police station to make a report about the accident, after he remembered something new. He must have seen something MeRi had missed that night. As someone who has killed before, and recently killed, Wuju and the chairwoman's lives might currently be in danger. Meanwhile, Ji-young and Songyun are cute together. Songyun might be cold, but he seems to have a soft spot for her. However, given how his boss, who happens to be his friend, treats him, he's bound to have a dislike for people in the same bracket. At this point, I suspect he already knows something is off with MeRi and WooJu. Meanwhile, WooJu becomes dramatic after he confesses to MeRi, who's trying to take it all in. She'll finally get some sleep, after the annoying WooJu kept her up all night. It's baffling how he tried to make it her fault, while he broke into a home that wasn't his. Meanwhile, WooJu visits him at the hospital the next day. With his mother and sister back from their trip, there's no longer a need for either him or MeRi to visit. Just as MeRi had predicted, WooJu is going to make things difficult. He can be seen being pushed out by the estate security. He will hate the fact that the woman he'd dumped for a better life is living the better life he'd imagined for himself. But as usual, he masks this behind the guise of still having love for MeRi. Trouble comes knocking, as he finds out about MeRi and WooJu's fake marriage. With his feelings out in the open, WooJu is ready to court MeRi. He buys her flowers, and they can be seen having a playful moment in the preview, as MeRi asks who Miso is, which leads to a chemistry-charged moment between them. They can finally be seen having lunch with Songyun. What's more, unaware of Jin Jaeyoung's presence in the vicinity, WooJu and MeRi run into her while taking a walk in their couple shirts. She asks WooJu to consider what his grandmother would do if she were to find out. What's more, she meets privately with MeRi, reminding her of WooJu's prestige, bringing her back to reality, while asking her to end it on her end. Because of this, MeRi decides to run back into her mother's arms by going back home. In the same vein, Jin Jaeyoung tells WooJu of her discussion with MeRi, while sharing her feelings. But WooJu makes it clear that he likes MeRi. He calls MeRi, and then drives to her hometown to set things right. MeRi's mother couldn't be happier when he declares his feelings for MeRi. He had stolen her heart when he took her out of the situation with WooJu's family. She had also wished he'd been the one MeRi had cooked for. Meanwhile, in Seoul, a drunk Jin Jaeyoung unleashes her hurt and drunken chaos on the cold Songyun. I wonder what Songyun would do when he learns she's in love with his neighbor, whom he believes to be married to MeRi. On the other side of town, MeRi and WooJu share a tender kiss, cementing their relationship. What's more, they can be seen sharing a bed, as WooJu refuses to use the next room. Do you want Ji Jaeyoung and Songyun to end up together? On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the series so far? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this content, please give it a thumbs up, share it, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell for all things wonderfully K-drama. Thanks for watching, bye.